All right, we are back. Welcome to the Relapse Cast. I have decided to fully relapse because I went sober. And when you go sober, you learn things about yourself and you realize who you really are. And I have realized that I fucking suck and I hate myself. And you gotta distance yourself from toxic people. So what better way to distance yourself from toxic people than to dissociate from yourself entirely? Call me the fucking ketamine Wolverine, baby. I'm fucking back. And you know, you may be thinking this sounds like a dangerous downward spiral. And some of you may be thinking, hey, looks like you've been doing really good. Why would you be down? And you see, the key is in the downs. Because rock bottom is a trampoline. You gotta hit rock bottom so you can bounce back up. I have this special power where I'm like a peregrine falcon. I can be hurling 250 miles an hour, headed straight towards rock bottom, and then spread my wings and just fucking swoop up, and just be soaring again. I have that mental fortitude. I have that willpower. I can drive myself into a hole and then dig myself out of it. And that is the self-inflicted chaos that makes me stronger than all of you. It is what some would refer to as self-sabotage. But what you don't realize about self-sabotage is that life is going to sabotage you regardless. So if you sabotage yourself first, you beat life to the punch while still maintaining control of your life. Now, you may be thinking, like, why would you be feeling bad? You're good looking, you got money. I bet the ladies love you. The ladies do love me, and they're fucking annoying. So that's not really a bonus. You guys don't understand. I get to talk to them all the time. They're not worth talking to. It's all shit, dude. Everything sucks except doing substances. And, I hate to condone it. I went sober. I didn't start trying to blow up on social media until I went sober because I wanted to set a good example. And then I did that for a little bit and it went good. And then I realized this is not what it's all about. It's all about escaping reality. Everything is a distraction. Everything except screaming into the void and dying is a distraction. That's all everything is. So drugs are a great distraction. And I had my first set at the Comedy Store the other night. That was great. It was a stacked fucking lineup. And then me. And I did good. I did really good. I went on rather late and half the audience had left. But there was still a bunch of people there. And I still got a bunch of laughs. People who worked there told me I did great. And then the next day, it's like, fucking whatever, dude. Something good happens and then it sucks after. It's a dopamine hangover. It's like, why did I even quit drinking in the first place if I'm still going to have the fucking hangovers, you know? Why, if anytime any good thing happens that's just going to be followed by feeling like shit, what's even the point of anything good ever happening? And why not try to make bad things happen so I can feel good after? That logic checks out perfectly. So that's why you got to smoke crack and do hard drugs and then just feel like absolute shit. Drain your nervous system of all its essential nutrients so the next day you can wake up and be like, I'm turning things around. I'm having a glass of water, having some local pasture-raised eggs, and I'm hitting the gym. And then you feel great. It's better to intentionally fuck yourself and then climb out of it than to try to be like, I'm gonna have good days. And because then after that good day, just everything goes to shit. And, hey, that's life. That's life. And it's, I'm not really complaining about my life. I'm mostly complaining about my brain. It's the only problem with my life is that I'm the one in it. Like, if I could just replace this frontal lobe with, probably someone slightly less intelligent, because I'm a fucking genius, and I know everything, and I know how everything's going to play out, and nothing ever surprises me. And so when good things happen, it's nice. But then it's like, I know where this is going. And yes, this goes against my whole religious beliefs of like, you can convince yourself that good things are going to happen. And that's another thing. Like, I should know better. If I know all this, why can't I know that I could just make my reality turn around? And the thing is, I can if I'm on drugs. And that's the thing that that makes it all worth it. And then I've had people be like, why? Maybe you feel bad because you did so many drugs. And it's like, no, I was feeling bad before I found drugs. Drugs are the reason I'm still here. Drugs are the reason behind every good thing that have ever happened to me. Sobriety's been, I don't think anything good has ever happened from sobriety. I mean, I've had good spans of like, hey, nothing that bad happened, or I don't know, but they still do. Because then you do the same stupid shit when you're sober, and now you don't have an excuse. At least when you do dumb shit when you're drunk or fucked up, you can be like, well, I was on drugs. Of course that was going to happen. It was an accident. And when you do it sober, it's like, oh, that's just who I am as a person. It's not enjoyable. Because then everything's like, oh, you're just making excuses. You're just making excuses. And then you take the excuses away, and what do you have left? Oh, I just suck as a person. Is that better? I feel like excuses are a good thing. I feel like we should use more excuses. Because then if you remove all the excuses and that's the final answer, then it's like, well, where do we go from here? There's really only a few options. One of them I'm not going to talk about. And the other, back to drugs. Hate to beat a dead horse, but hey, maybe that dead horse got a little ketamine first. And maybe that's why he's dead. But, I'm going to go sober again soon. And I'm looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to coming back on here and being like, I'm sober and this is great and I'm happy about it. But right now, I'm 6 minutes in. And I'm about to get out of my mind as soon as I stop recording this. And then I'm going to regret it tomorrow. But I'm going to go get some shit done to try to make up for it. And then I'm going to end up feeling better in retrospect. Now, this is all backwards. And this is all against... Fucking spit all over my desk. This is all against everything I usually say. But also maybe it's not. Dude, I'm all over the place, man. I'm fucking 32 different people. And that's why I'm not a player. I just need a different girlfriend for each of my personalities. And women They'll tell you things like, when you say like, oh, I went sober and then I lost all my friends because there were people I was getting fucked up with, and they'll be like, oh, well, they weren't your real friends then. It's like, oh, well, then I never had friends. That's so much better. Oh, no need to worry. It turns out I just never had friends. That just solves everything. Dude, women are annoying. Not all of them, though. There's a lot of really great women out there. I'm getting a lot of bullshit on Instagram where it's like, all women are whores, and I have said that a lot on record, but it's like, they're just after you for your money, and they'll leave you for someone better and all this shit. I'm like, dude, all of my ex-girlfriends have been like amazing people. Yes, there's a lot of whores out there, but you as a man should be able to decipher and be able to deduce who's worthy of actually getting in a relationship with, because most of them suck, but like everything sucks. Name a thing. Plumbers, painters, authors, basket weavers. Most of them suck. No matter what it is, everything sucks. There's only a top 1% that's really worth anything in any industry, any category. And everyone else is just basically a retarded person. Basically just hanging on to intelligence by a thread, and if food didn't come in bright packages, they wouldn't even be able to feed themselves. That's the world we live in. And you as a slightly above intelligent human you're still retarded, in comparison, it's just a massive jump up. And then you can't fucking relate to people because everyone's fucking stupid. But also, you're probably not that smart either, and you think that you're smarter, and even that is, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I was gonna come on here and talk about politics and the state of the world, and I'm over it. There's like people like Candace Owens and Nick Fuentes, and they're at the point where they're just talking about each other. And I'm like, this is gay, dude. I want to hear who's sacrificing kids to Moloch. That's what intrigues me. I don't want to hear a bunch of internet personalities gossip about each other. I'm here to talk about myself, okay? That's one thing that I know about. And And if you can relate to how I feel, then you're getting the inside scoop, because I know myself better than anyone because I've been me this whole time. And then another thing chicks will say will be like, oh, you're obsessed with yourself. Bitch, what the fuck else would I be obsessed with? It would be weird to be obsessed with literally anything else. If you're going to be obsessed with one thing, it should be yourself. But I also should be, if I was obsessed with myself, I would know how to better myself. And I haven't figured that out yet either. So it's really just hopeless. But if you're going to be obsessed about anything, it should be you. It would be weird if, like, when people are like, what's your podcast about? It's me. It's about me. It's my podcast. What do you mean? What if it was about someone else? What if this whole podcast was about my buddy Terry? That would be weird. I don't have a buddy named Terry, but that would be weird to have a whole podcast about another person. Or like those murder mystery ones where they just talk about random people that they never met. It's like, what do you care? What do you care? Why does anything fucking matter except you? You are the only thing that you should care about. Especially because nobody else cares about you. So you might as well care about you. I hope I'm not screaming too loud in this mic and fucking up the audio. I tried to back it up a little bit because I was prepared to come with some heat. Come with some heat. Yeah, I didn't want a podcast for a while because I just felt like shit for no reason. And then I was like, I'll just scream about how shitty I feel. Maybe that'll be fun. Maybe that'll be fun for the 16 people that are going to watch this. Hope you enjoy. And to all my new followers and all my new fans, fuck you. I don't give a shit about any of you. If you're a fan of me, you're a fucking idiot. If you hate me, we have more in common. If you hate me, you understand me. My haters get me. My fans are stupid. If you... fuck all my followers. Unfollow me. Unsubscribe. I don't give a shit, dude. I don't give a shit. I've made it in life already. I own this house. This camera's expensive. I'm fucking 6'3". I got food in the fridge. I got bitches, dude. It doesn't matter. You think these things will make you happy. They won't. Nothing will ever make you happy except for drugs. And hate to be the bearer of bad news. I'm not being paid off by Big Pharma or anything, but they should. They should hire me. Israel should hire me. Fucking pay me to do your bidding. I'll corrupt the youth. I don't mean that. Or do I? I don't know. Who knows what's a joke anymore? Is this entertainment? Or am I being myself? I don't know, dude. It doesn't matter. It's just, we live in a world of smoke and mirrors. You're only as important as your last reel. My social media has blown up a little bit recently. Doesn't matter. Nothing makes a difference. Just the only thing that you never change. You never grow. You never learn. You're just you forever. God has already decided your character and what part you've been hired to play on this planet. And I'm not wiping my nose because I've been snorting drugs. I just have allergies. I don't really do snorting drugs. I inject them like a fucking responsible user. I don't know. Because if you snort ketamine, the little shards, they get lodged in your bloodstream and then they work their way down to your kidney and then you start pissing blood because you have these little glass-like shards chopping up and tearing your precious tissue. So if you dilute it in water and then you inject it in your muscle like a flu shot, none of that happens. So it's actually healthier. People think it's crazy to inject ketamine, and you know what? Maybe you're right, but it's less crazy than snorting it because that's going to fuck your system up. So, yeah, I'm back. I'm back off the wagon, and I'm going to hang out here for a little bit until I soar up like a peregrine falcon. Like and subscribe or whatever.